There we go. Sorry about that. So, anyway, back what I was saying. Welcome to episode 201, the RGT podcast. Yeah, I know, small little blooper right there. It's not a show without me having a mix up with audio. Anyway, welcome. Good to see everybody in the chat. As you guys clearly see, it's Big Cloud right now. We got Red Hood on his show, literally streaming The Last of Us. I should put a link to his Twitch right now and tell you guys just to spam him, call him a bum, but he's playing The Last of Us, so he's like literally lost in the sauce with that game right now. And then you got Blaze. I don't know where Blaze is. Hunter is in a different area right now, so you know how that is. But turns out it's just me. But I did not come alone, ladies and gentlemen. I have a very special guest with us today, joining us for the very first time. I want you guys to meet Rebecca. Rebecca is a up-and-coming YouTuber on her YouTube channel. She's also, she's in a lot of other things. She's into modeling, and she also likes to be she's an advocate for kids out here. And I peeped her Instagram. She does a lot. So very happy to have her with us today and talk about some gaming. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. And of course, round of applause for our special guest.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for having me.
Anytime. So Rebecca, tell us about yourself. What's going on?
Sure. So I am a full-time business analyst. That's my day job. But in my free time, I like to play a lot of video games. So I played games like my whole life, but I haven't streamed them. But I just thought streaming sounded really fun. But I wasn't really in a position to do it until I started working from home. Mm-hmm. So I work in IT, so it's pretty easy for us to work from home. So when the pandemic hit, we all got sent to work from home. And they were like, okay, someday you'll come back. And it's now like 2-3 years later since they sent us to work from home. And we're not going back. I can tell you that much. So I was like, okay, yes, I can work from home. I'm in a much better position to start streaming. So started a Twitch channel. And then a few months later, I left for YouTube, actually. But that's a whole different story that I could talk for hours about. That's a story for a different time. And I play a whole variety of games. I like action adventure games and RPGs mostly. So like Final Fantasy, Persona, Zelda, God of War, Last of Us, love Last of Us, Uncharted. But I'll play anything. I mean, right now I'm playing the Great Ace Attorney. Games
objection.
Like the Phoenix Wright games. Yeah, objection. Hold it. Objection. Yeah.
Okay. So you're really big into the PlayStation ecosystem because you listed a lot of big PlayStation bangers.
Mm-hmm.
You guys.
Yeah. So I grew up on Nintendo and PlayStation.
Okay. So it's PlayStation was your go-to after Nintendo, or you still play Nintendo?
I haven't touched. So I have a Switch, but I haven't touched it in months.
Yeah, Steam Deck.
So no. But you know what? My brother has one, and he loves it.
Yeah, everybody's switched to the little Steam Deck, and since
then.
That's
true. So I never had a gaming PC before I started streaming. So now I'm playing more games on PC. So that's like a third platform I've gotten into because it's just easier to stream and it's all on the PC.
Okay. What's up? What's up, everybody in the chat? I see you, Sean, Hustle and Motivate. What's going on? We got Jeff, we got Coon, we got Rob, we got Ice Queen, we got John. Yo, John, tag Red Hook, I'm a bum. We got Amblix, we got Cold, I saw you in earlier. What up, Jerry? What's going on? Yes, there's going to be a lot of quote-unquote slander. Not really slander. It's going to be actual truth that's going to be spread in the stream. But we're going to go ahead and talk about it for sure. But let's warm up to it. As you guys know, we actually missed 2 shows, mostly because, as you guys know, Big Cloud's been dealing with a lot of stuff on the side, but also we've changed a few things. On top of that, big moment happened for your boy. Your boy turned 30 years old. Cannot believe I made it to 30 years on this earth. So that is a shocker by itself. But also, there's a little silver lining to this whole thing. I just told Rebecca this, but my sister, and I found this out from my cousin. I didn't even know this was even a thing. I didn't know what was happening. But my sister gave birth to my niece on my birthday. So that right there was like, wow, okay, this must be like a miracle day or something like that. So a lot going on emotionally, just a lot going on. But I appreciate everybody who's here, everybody who's rocked with me, the works. It's been a awesome year, and very happy to be here, man. So shout out to everybody in the chat. I see y'all. let's definitely get into this topics, man. So the first one I'm gonna talk about is the easiest one. It's Gamescom. We had Jeff Keighley with the Gamescom announcement, or really the show. Gamescom was pretty good. A lot of people had a few games, that caught their eye. Me, there was a bunch. I was like, okay, my wallet's pretty much melted at this point. We saw Hogwarts Legacy. Did I peep your interest by any chance? Hogwarts Legacy?
Absolutely. I love Harry Potter.
Okay. But how big of a Harry Potter fan are you? You buying that digital deluxe, or you just getting standard? Because you get the digital deluxe, you get it for 3 days early.
Standard fan here.
Standard fan. Okay. So got Hogwarts Legacy. Obviously Bloodborne, you guys know that's the game that got me into the Souls ecosystem. We got Lies of P. That's pretty much Bloodborne 2 here. It looks exactly like Bloodborne. It's got the same art style. Well, not art style, but it's got the same gameplay style in the game, and it looks fantastic. That was definitely great to see. Obviously, Callisto Protocol is day one. I already pre-ordered that, got that out the way. That's dropping in December. That's an awesome way to end the year. Any of those games got your interest, Rebecca?
Not really.
Not into horror? Not into scary games? No.
No.
All right. So Callisto Protocol, there was that. What else did they get into here? They had a few. They had, what was it? Not League of Legends. What was it? There was a few other games here. They showed off a Pikachu card, which was hilarious at the show. I don't know what they thought
I
that was.
must have missed that. I could tell you some of the games I was interested in.
Okay.
So let me look up the list here. So Gotham Knights.
Oh, you're getting Gotham Knights. Okay. So you and Red Hood are going to get along just fine.
I love Red Hood. I mean, the character. I mean, I'm sure I'll love the person too, but I've never met him. I love Red Hood's character, Jason Todd, just because.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love him as an example of like, he became what people treated him as.
Yeah. A monster. Yeah.
Exactly. Return to Monkey Island is a really big one for me.
Okay.
I love the Monkey Island games. When Winds Meet, or was it Where?
When Wind Meets.
It was one of those. When Winds Meet.
Yeah, basically Ghost of Tsushima.
Yep. I love that game. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna love that one.
Okay. Anything else you had on your list that you're interested in?
Cassette Beasts looked very interesting.
Okay. What about Wukong Black Myth? Did you ever see that game before? It was that game where it was like
No.
I don't know. We haven't seen any more gameplay of that game since. Oh, look who decided to join us. He's at the bottom here. Look at his bum. Got tired of the bum comments, Red Hood?
What?
Got tired of getting called a bum, Red Hood?
Bro, quiet.
Rebecca, meet Red Hood 420. For Red Hood, this is Rebecca.
Hey, Red Hood.
Hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, we're going over Gamescom. What was your games of the show there, Red Hood?
There weren't that many. It was just like the one with the BioWare and Fallout veterans.
Okay.
That one. I think one of you guys mentioned it. Callisto, Hogwarts.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was really it. Like Dune, interesting, but a lot of MMOs aren't that good nowadays.
True.
So that's
Yeah.
an issue
Honestly,
in
there
of
wasn't
itself.
very many for me either.
Am I getting Forspoken? Or is everybody kind of like
No.
shaky with Forspoken?
I mean,
No? Nobody's getting
I'm gonna wait on that one.
There you go.
Because the problem with Forspoken for me is I didn't like the Final Fantasy 15 dev team.
Yeah.
So, and they're making it look more Western, which is weird. So, the only thing I really care about is Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah. That's a good point. Good point. So that is Gamescom. Overall, I thought it was good. Obviously better than Summer Games Fest. It was a good show for what it was. Did good. Not the greatest thing of all time, but hey, it was better than expected. So there was that. There was Gamescom 2022. Obviously, the Game Awards is going to be a lot better. I will say there was only one weird moment at Gamescom, and that's when Hideo Kojima got on. Pretty much came on. Well, he didn't come on stage, but he was there, and he said, "Hey guys, my big announcement for this show is that I have a podcast. It's going to be on Spotify." How awesome is that?
Yeah, listen, I'm a big Kojima fan.
Yeah. That took
And
the
even
wind out
I
the
was
show.
just like, it definitely wasn't needed. I know why Jeff does it. He wants to have the good relationship with Kojima. Made sense. But I definitely don't think it was needed. I'm definitely going to listen to the podcast, but it was not needed in the show, no.
Absolutely. And I think that was about it. Showcase-wise, not much else I can really mention at this show. So that was that for Gamescom. Let's move away from that. Last of Us Remake is officially out. The game that stirred a lot of it triggered a lot of people. Me, even when this game was first announced to get remaked, I was expecting a whole lot, especially with the way they led us on. The game does not have Last of Us 2 mechanics such as the proning or dodging, but the game is officially out. And it does look good. I did see Red Hood play it, for those of you wondering. For those of you wondering, did I even watch it or look at it? Yes, I did see it. No, it wasn't compressed. Saw the raw gameplay of it running on Red Hood's console. So it looked really, really good for what it was. It's not really so how I look at it, because they definitely changed a lot, and they definitely took a lot out the game. Like, for example, a lot of the trophies that you guys are familiar with are gone with this game. They pretty much cut the list down in half, so it's a lot of less trophies and stuff like that in this, but they put a lot in terms of like just detail in the overall world. So the buildings look a lot better, water looks incredible. The water in this game gives Horizon a run for its money. I thought the water looked really, really good in there, and the environment, et cetera, look even more amazing. So they did a lot of changes there, but other than that, gameplay-wise, guys, and Red Hood can definitely vouch for me because he's the one who played it. He was playing it on Survivor. Red Hood, you want to talk about the AI, man? Because that AI, a little shaky. Now the AI looking a little shaky.
The companion AI,
yeah.
I think it's not the best, but enemy AI, from what I've seen in later levels, is actually kind of improved, because I was shocked that, because all I remember was the enemy AI wasn't that great in the original game, if I recall. But they were actually going near the area where I was.
They mostly ran at you in certain areas. I mean, they didn't usually move around, but they changed it up a bit. So they actually do move and maneuver around in certain areas. But the companion AI, I'm like, Jesus Christ, can they help out here? You know, he literally. So you guys know that part where Tess shoots like the group of people. Like at the beginning of the game, and then like they introduced the whole I guess flanking mechanic. Red Hood sits right next to Tess. She's like shooting at him. She's standing up. She's missing every bullet, and these guys are just standing straight up looking at her. She's missing every bullet. Then when she does hit them, they did do a good job with the bullet damage. You can see bullet damage, so that's a plus by itself. But AI, though, I just don't see an improvement with AI in those aspects whatsoever. So this is gonna make the game feel mostly the same, especially with the buddy system.
I know Hunter's probably beaten it.
Oh,
got a review copy already.
Who's here.
So.
Look who's here.
Surprise.
Look who's here. Look at the guy. He's
Hunter comes in late because he didn't get a notification from Vid either. And he's like, wait, it's happening.
Yeah, no, I forgot to tweet it. No, it's on me.
yeah. I was looking for the tweets. I'm like I gotta retweet this so people actually. Do people even know that we're live?
Dude, Blaze doesn't even know.
I don't know. Blaze is playing Call of Duty / Last of Us, so I was like, hey, let me just go ahead and do this. I wanted to do the show. I forgot all about it, so we're here. But Rebecca, meet Next Gen Hunter. Hunter, this is Rebecca. Welcome.
Hello, Hunter.
Hey.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
So we're on the Last of Us conversation, my brother. How you feeling about this?
Dude, are we talking about price? Or are we talking
No, we're just talking about the game. We're just talking about the
Every time I open my mouth up on Twitter and say anything, everyone's always like
he came here to respect the price.
Look at the cool character models. They look so much better. The comments, $70,
but it's $70.
$70. Oh, but it's $70.
It's a double-edged sword. It's like, dude, there's people that complain about the game for $70, and then it's like, and if you like it,
I saw your timeline, dude. I saw your timeline. You were arguing, like some dude was sitting go, hey, how did you know this information? Oh wait, you was like, wait, do you think I'm in the Sony briefing group? This report. This is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I hate like price conversations because it's just like. Everybody is different, man. Everybody has like their own perception of value. Everyone has their own budgets, and it's like I'll tell you about the game. I'll tell you everything that I think about the game. Whether or not you think it's worth $70 is different than whether or not I think it's worth $70. So, anyways, that's why like it was funny seeing the reviews, because it's like, you know, there's like unless the reviewer like absolutely loved the multiplayer and just like could not believe that it was taken away, that's like a valid reason to score this game the same or less right than the original. But like I saw a bunch of reviews that was like 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10, and it was kind of like, this is like the ultimate version of one of the best games ever made, but we don't think it's worth $70. We're gonna give it 6 out of 10. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're are you rating the price? Are you reviewing the price or the game?
The game looks good. Like I saw a Red Hood stream, because Red Hood was playing it on the like his Elgato and everything. So I saw how good it looks, like raw. You know what I mean? Like the raw footage coming from the system. It looks good, especially in a lot of the areas, like a lot of the scenes, especially with Sarah and everything. Like all that stuff looks great. But I don't know. I didn't really see no crazy improvements to the AI. Did you notice anything crazy? Like the buddy system, I feel like it's just the same. I don't really see nothing crazy. Like I don't see them walking around like this with their guns, like, ooh, why somebody shooting at you? I don't see them doing that. But again,
it's always hard. Like the challenge that I have with these remakes is that in order for me to properly evaluate them, I actually feel like I got to play through the entire original, just so I've got I've got every scene and like all the mechanics and all the AI like fresh in my mind. I played the game. I played the remaster again, I think like 3 years ago. So it's like somewhat fresh, but it's not like I did it yesterday and I'm just like, you know, that's exactly the difference, right? But the thing is like the AI, I thought, like your AI buddies didn't attack any better than they did in the original. Where I actually noticed the difference, and it certainly adds to the immersion. It doesn't help you when you're playing the game, but it adds to the immersion. Is that your AI buddies will actually move out of the way, out of enemy sight lines, like a lot better than the original game, right? Like they even said
they scatter.
Like,
that
was like in one of the videos that we saw like a month or two ago, where they showed you know how they did this. And when I was playing, I was like, okay, this is cool. Like when I can, like, if Ellie's beside me and there's like a couple of hunters that are coming around the corner, like I can actually see her in this version of the game, like foreseeing where they're going to be looking next, and she kind of dodges out of the way, right? It looks a little bit more realistic, looks cool, it immerses me more in the game. But in terms of like actually helping me out in battle, like, no, I mean, it was the same as the original.
It's the same. It's like, okay, about that AI, it's not as helpful. It's a buddy system, not as helpful. So
yeah, it's the thing is like, I don't, when it comes to remakes, I don't actually care so much if the gameplay is completely reinvented. Like everyone keeps on talking about Demon Souls, and Demon Souls for the most part plays identical. Like I noticed the rolling was a little bit easier, like especially directional rolling in the new version was certainly it's more fluid. But the same with The Last of Us 2, The Last of Us Part 1. What I actually found is that the gameplay was basically identical. You can't go prone, you can't dodge roll, you can't do any of that. But they actually they redid some of the animations. So when you're trying to navigate around obstacles and around corners, like you navigate around the obstacles a little bit smoother than what you did in the original game, which helps out the gameplay. So there's minor improvements here and there, and I think that's fine. Like I don't know. I mean, my problem, I made sure to emphasize this in my review. Like the only real thing that I had against this game, to me, was the marketing, which is funny because it's not even the game itself. It's just like the way they presented the game, the way they talked about the game.
Right. It was like something new.
On the PS blog.
Exactly.
Yeah. They even like up until launch, they kept on saying like, what's they said modern gameplay, modernized gameplay in like in the original post, but they keep on like emphasizing different synonyms of modernized, right? And I'm just like, you know, it's not revamped, it's not dramatically improved.
Not the definitive version of it, that's for sure. I would say it's the best visual version of the game for sure, but is like the most refined version of it? Maybe if you want to count movement, for sure, like movements are fluid and whatnot. But I don't feel like this is like the definitive experience. You know what I mean? I don't get that vibe.
Well, I would say part 1 definitely is like not like compared to part 2, but like compared to remaster, the original.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely the definitive experience to experience the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it literally is like Demon Souls. Like it's like the problem really though is that, okay, first of all, the original Demon Souls, when you actually go back and check out the PS3 version, it actually doesn't look all that amazing. Like, it looked good at the time. It was mind-blowing at the time. But when you compare those graphics compared to the PS5 versions, it is like huge. Like I mean, Demon Souls might still be the best looking game I've ever seen, right? It is amazing looking. But like The Last of Us, the problem with The Last of Us is that I always remember it being like a huge like visual feast. Right?
Yeah, it was the end of the PS3 gen where we got like literally
it was
everything
the last
out
marble.
of it.
Yeah, it was the last marble.
Yeah, like the first trailers that we saw for The Last of Us, like, you know, back in the middle of the PS3 era, like it was like the best looking game we had ever seen. So the thing is, like, this is why like it sucks, because like I feel like I got to go back and replay the whole thing, because when I see some of these like side by side comparisons, right, of the PS3 version versus the PS5, it's like, holy crap, like it's a huge difference. Like, it's a mass, and I mean, it looks amazing. I'm not going to knock the graphics, but the thing is, like, the way I remember the game is maybe a little bit better than what it actually is what I'm saying, right? Yeah. So it doesn't seem like it's like as huge of a jump graphically as Demon Souls was.
Yeah,
that's just the bottom line.
Demon Souls, when we saw Demon Souls, that looked like art. You know what I mean? Everybody was saying it looks legit like a painting movie. Like, it looks that good. The colors are vibrant. The way the metal and everything. Like,
hey, Cloud, stop running your damn mouth. Over here, stop bringing up $70.
I didn't bring up $70.
Bringing up $70, $70.
Okay,
Nobody wants to hear you crying about $70.
Who brought up $70? You joined late, so that's on you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was there a tweet, Hunter? Did you see a tweet about a podcast today?
Yeah, I brought it up.
Okay. Well, you see three. Okay, but bring that back. Where'd you hear $70?
Your main argument is $70.
I didn't bring up price at all this entire time I've been here.
Hunter,
we're talking about the game. I didn't complain.
This man spent $70.
Nothing about the game.
Hunter, listen to me. He spent $70 on Ratchet and Clank, which is a prettier Ratchet and Clank. With better graphics.
A sequel, by the way, not
a sequel
the same
that plays exactly the same.
But it's a sequel.
But does it play the same or not?
It's a sequel game.
Yeah, does it play the same?
Is Ratchet and Clank known for difference in gameplay?
Oh, so now games are not known for difference in gameplay. Big Cloud, you're making excuses.
What are you talking about?
If you look at Last of Us, even on the PS4 or the PS3, it's a massive difference. The AI is absolutely different. If you play it on a hard, anything from hard and above, AI definitely approaches you different. They absolutely do.
That's false.
Yeah.
That's not Red Hood.
You and Red Hood, you watched Red Hood play through a compressed YouTube stream.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you were at his house?
No, I was watching it through Discord.
What he's trying to say is,
he's
trying to say is, was it companion AI is not
good. Companion AI is not improved whatsoever. The only thing difference with
and
the
he was
AI
doing the
and
test
the
argument.
Yeah, and the only thing difference between the enemy AI from the original is that they scatter. They don't run at you like a bunch of drones anymore, unless they're infected.
They will absolutely flank you and
flank you and move. That's what I'm saying. Are you listening?
Okay, but Red Hood, he's telling me that watching you stream through Discord is not compressed. Do you hear him? Isn't that hilarious?
Oh God, let it go. Let's shoot. That's all I hear right now. Let it go. Let it go.
Guys, he's making up all these excuses. He spent $70 on some of the worst games in the history of the PlayStation. Anyway, I'll say hi to the guests. How you doing?
Hi. Wait, as we went over, value means different things to different people. Right?
It's all subjective. It's all subjective, Big Cloud. You spent $70. Listen, you go to the grocery store.
What game did I buy that was $70? That was trash. That was shaky.
Really?
Yeah, yes, please. Yeah. Let's go ahead.
The last two UFC games, trash.
No, I didn't. They weren't $70 in here.
Oh, they were $60. So $10.
I didn't pay $70 in trash.
Listen,
and by the way, I didn't pay them $160. I bought them for $30. It was a bundle. Thank you very much.
Wait, how much did you pay for Deathloop?
Deathloop was good.
Yeah, how much was that?
The enemy AI was not good in that game.
That enemy AI is literally broken in that game. You paid how much for that?
It's a game where you literally
see we got him.
No, don't.
Hold on. We compare Deathloop to Last of Us. Wait, hold on. What is happening right now? We compare that.
We got you. That's it.
Oh my god.
Deathloop, Red
Hood, you're fired. Red, you're fired. Go at your locker.
Dude, I had to break it up.
No. Listen. He wants his microarm. He ain't gonna let that go until you give him that microarm. So I don't know why you even tried to.
I'm on Red Hood, so you're not making me turn on Red Hood today. But Last of Us is incredible. Like you didn't realize how bad Last of Us needed a remake until you see the difference between the PS4 version. Like the PS4 version, everybody thought it was like a good looking game and it pushed the PS3. But when you really look, like you said, Hunter, sometimes when you put on those nostalgia glasses, you remember games as these beautiful, vivid experiences. But when, like really, Last of Us, it really doesn't hold up. Yeah, go ahead.
Now I have a question. So I've seen a lot of debate about The Last of Us being called a remake, and there's so much debate as to whether it's a remake or a remaster. So what do you guys consider to be a remake versus a remaster?
I'll say this. A remake to me is, because there's two different types of remakes now. Yeah. There's the remakes like Demon Souls remake, Shadow of the Colossus remake,
and Resident Evil.
Well, and then there's another one, which is the Resident Evil and Final Fantasy VII category, where it's reimaginative, which is story is different. They got new voice acting and all that. Remasters to me are literally like up-res and higher frame rate, and that's literally it. Like the Death Stranding director's cut or Ghost of Tsushima without the expansion. Those are technically remasters for like the PS5 and all that. And the Shadow Colossus for PS3 was a remaster. So
do you think that this Last of Us is a remake?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you actually just said the word that always comes to mind, which is reimagining, right? Yeah. So I always feel like there's I think that the industry uses these terms too. There's remasters, which is exactly like Red Hood. You just nailed it. It's like up-resing older versions, or like applying new textures to like an older game. And then there's remake, which is you actually rebuild the assets from scratch for the game, which is what they did for this one. And then there's the reimagining, like what you're talking about, which is Resident Evil, right? And like I'm imagining Dead Space is gonna be more of a reimagining.
Yeah, that's reimagining.
I hope
they redid
everything. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, new paths.
But the one of the big differences for sure that I think in The Last of Us Part 1 that like cements absolutely that it's a remake is that, and this is actually something that I want to see side by side Let's Plays of like the original and the new one, is when you actually play it, you'll actually notice that they completely rethought the environments. I think they're actually where you navigate and where you walk around is all the exact same, but they've changed the scenery. Like boats will be in different locations, machinery will be moved around. There'll be different types of
debris will be removed and replaced with full-fledged buildings and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, when I was playing, it was actually kind of funny because when I was playing, like about 2/3 of the way through, I thought, you know what, I should have probably had like a walkthrough that had the location of all the little papers that you got to find, so I can get the trophy for that, right? And then so I actually looked on like the IGN walkthrough just so I could see where all the papers were, and they have images of the papers, right, showing them on like the desk or wherever you find them. And it was actually kind of funny because the very first time that I went to go find one of these papers, I was looking at the IGN photo and it showed like it was like a computer desk that had a tower desktop, and there was like a paper beside it. And I knew I was in the same room, and I'm looking around, I'm like, I don't see the paper. But then I'm like, oh wait a minute, they actually redid this entire room. The computer is gone, the desk has been flipped over, the paper is like now lying somewhere else. I was like, oh
yeah. Another thing they did too is like when you like shoot somebody or you knock somebody out, and they're like, you know, they go over the desk, like, you know, you knock somebody over a desk, it actually interact, like their bodies interact with the actual objects. Like a monitor will flip or break or bend and move out the way. So they did a lot of stuff like that. So they had a lot of fine touches to that. You can also break windows in cars. You know that, Bliss?
I do.
You can
break cars. You can like go to car windows and like elbow it and look for supplies in the game.
And what's crazy, and I showed a picture to Blaze.
That's cool.
But I don't think he could see it, but I straight up threw straight up glass at somebody's face and kicked him, and there was still glass shards in his face.
Bro, you can break glass in the car and see all the glass all over the seat.
Dude, I saw somebody tweet that during cutscenes, characters will spit when they talk. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, I
don't know if that's true.
I haven't really,
have to like pause it and go frame by frame. But yeah, they showed it was like a picture of Tess, and like Tess is like getting really emotional and spitting. I was like,
I had to dissect my PS5 today because
was it dust?
I don't, the last 2 months it just shuts off after like an hour. Just no warning, shut off.
Just in time for the PS5 price hike. Ain't you imagine that? Let me stop.
We live in America. So
hey, dude. Let me stop. Yeah, dude. I'm pointing at you. I don't want to hear Americans talking about prices, dude.
Listen, Hunter.
I'm in Toronto. We actually had a price. I already have a PS5, so I don't really give a shit. But
you guys had a price.
I could actually legit complain. I could legit, because if I want to go out and buy a second PS5,
it was like $700
for someone else in my family. Yeah, I gotta pay like another $50.
Hunter, I don't complain about prices.
It's like $700.
I was pointing at that. I was pointing at that. Yeah.
He complains. I don't complain. I buy what I want. He complains.
Yeah, dude, totally, man. Same situation if Canada was excluded from this and it was like, I don't know, Japan and Europe, I have no basis for complaining.
Yeah.
Like I can talk.
Americans are spoiled, dude. Americans are so spoiled.
We didn't talk
complain about $70. Yeah. No, but listen, I talked to this guy, his name is Muck, if he's in this thing. He's from the Virgin Islands. So when games were $60, he was already paying upwards to $90. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
And my friend from Brazil, just to import a console over, he's paying $1,000 just because of taxes.
Yeah.
Never mind the price of it. It's like crazy. We are too. Listen, $10. If $10 is going to make or break you as an adult, I think you really need to reevaluate your life. I'm not coming off as some rich person. I'm just telling $10. Listen, what games do you buy, Hunter? What games have you bought in full price? Like, I haven't bought a game in 4 months. Like, what games have been out? I haven't spent any money on any games.
The thing is, like, the way I've rationalized it is that the $10 increase is actually not a big deal at all.
It's $50.
I'm talking about for the games.
Oh, my bad.
In my view, it's not a big deal because like games have been $60 for 2 gens now. Like it's about time. Like we're actually so lucky actually that they didn't, because they usually increase the price every gen. That seems to be the tradition, but they kept it at $60 for last gen. So I don't actually think the price of the games going up is a big deal. The problem that we all have and we can all relate to is that everything else in our life is going up in price. My grocery bills are up 20%. Gas is up crazy amounts. Like that's actually the problem. The problem is that all these other things are going up in price too.
And that's what I was trying to break through to Big Cloud. You go to the grocery store, you get like a bread, some milk, a few items, and you spend $150 on food. You know what I mean? Dude, to fill up my gas tank, you know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about? We're talking about a game that you buy.
You're comparing luxuries to necessities.
Exactly.
Okay.
But a luxury. Big Cloud, is this your? Did you have to spend $500 on a mic that you sound exactly the same?
I didn't spend $500 on it.
What'd you spend?
You don't even know what I bought. Look at what a fraud.
How much you spent?
What a fraud. No. He's such a fraud. He's such a fraud. He's such a fraud. He doesn't even know what I bought.
Do you want me to tell you how much?
He's trying to have a gotcha. He's trying to have a gotcha moment so bad.
$488.88.
How much?
$488.
Exactly. So you spent $500. Yo, exactly. You see this fucking fraud? He spent $500, like I said,
I had to do it,
and he sounds exactly the same. Gotcha moment again.
He tried so hard. He didn't know what I bought. You know what I bought?
Red Hood. His son's $488. The smart person just rounds it up. It's $500. You spent $500. Thank you, Big Cloud.
Yeah, smart guy, huh? Shut up.
Plus shipping, probably more than $500. Oh, God. Yo, put an L in the chat for Big Cloud today. He's really looking bad, guys. Please.
He's trying so hard. He's trying so hard. Like,
I'm not. It's actually very easy.
He's like, Big Cloud, tone it down for solid guess. Anyway, shout out to Viper in the chat.
They don't even know you got a new mic, Big Cloud. They don't know. There you go. Put the L's up. I'm telling you. See, if they thought you were right, they wouldn't be putting L's. Big clap.
Oh no!
Yo, you
got the L's and the F's.
I don't know what's going on.
Oh, you got a W.
You got one W. You got one W. Good job, Cynthia. Good job.
He gonna say good job, Cynthia.
Everyone is going with that. Oh, Thanos,
You're fired. You're blocked from my team.
Oh, this is funny.
Shout out to Viper in the chat. He's like, hey, Rebecca's in here. Yeah, she's in here.
Viper, what's up?
What's up, Viper? So, anyway, back to this.
Yeah, what were we talking about?
I don't know. Blaze is in his little bag right now because I body him every Wednesday. On Solidcast, so he has to come here and bring the same. Keep over and gritty. Yeah, keep gritty. You piece of shit. Keep gritty.
Listen, we have a big cloud. We have a guest on.
Keep gritty. Keep gritty live. Keep gritty. Get me started. Give me a reason. Give me a reason, Blaze. Give me a reason.
Right, you're doing great today.
You say he's doing great today. Oh God. All right, so.
Yeah, you have a guest on, but I think we're beyond pretending to be nice to each other now. So.
This is normal. This is a normal thing.
Yeah, it's just normal.
Like you should see it's in Discord. Seriously, it would shock you. It would surprise you. Like the worst case scenario. I'd be like, hey, I'm gonna play AEW. Big Cloud, you're a trash can. Why are you buying that? But you won't buy 2K.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But like she said, though. It really, it's up to you. It's up to the person. You can't tell a person what. It's always been that. I said this 3 months ago. You can't put value on something and tell a person it's not valuable to them.
That's cap.
You can't do that.
You didn't say nothing like that. Stop stealing people's. But you know what?
I'm gonna make a compilation video of all the times Big Cloud has flip flop. I'm telling you, it might take a couple of days. Big Cloud, accept it. You're wrong. That's it.
Oh God, this guy, man. This guy. Moving on. So, been an interesting week, I will say. Well, really interesting 2 weeks. So this news actually had people losing their minds, surprising, and it's for the PlayStation. I'm just going to go right here. It's actually for Sony's latest acquisition. They actually went and bought, Savage Games, mobile studio. So a lot of people are like going, okay, how many games did these guys make, and why are they buying a mobile studios? And I'm like going, well, if you go back to the conference that we talked about what was going to happen, it didn't happen live, but it was already like reported and it was already put out there, but it was a conference where they were talking about the PlayStation beyond the console. And they talked about mobile, they talked about PC, they talked about, just really every avenue they can possibly go with the PlayStation as a whole. And now we have PlayStation Mobile being a real big focus. Now, a lot of people are like, okay, well, I think they're losing... their way, and some people even went to the extreme saying, "Yeah, Jim Ryan needs to go because they purchased this."
Oh, dude!
I'm like,
Jim Ryan stuff again.
Can we?
People
stop
don't
this?
realize that they used
go
to
through
be
the
a
board.
PlayStation Mobile publisher.
Exactly, they had everything.
They had PlayStation Mobile on PSP and on their cell phones a long time ago. They were developing these cool little games and stuff.
Yep.
So, I don't understand why. It's like I said this on Solidcast. Why does it matter that they bought a new studio? It's not like they're telling Naughty Dog and their major studios, "Hey, stop working on AAA games and go make mobile."
Exactly.
That's not what they're doing. They literally allocated a separate studio to make mobile. Why Sony knows the mobile market, whether we respect it or like it or not. The mobile market is flourishing in money. Like there's so much money to be made, so they understand that they're gonna make some profit off of a couple mobile games. Who knows? You might be in a toilet or in the doctor's office and play one of them Sony games on your phone and say, "Wow, this was not bad." But I don't understand the blowback from this at all. It doesn't make any sense.
The sad part about this too, especially with the whole mobile discussion, we always talk about the PlayStation Vita, and bro, Sony's been advertising the hell out of Steam Deck, have they not? Like their executives are playing their games
taking
on it.
Pictures with it.
It's like
they did more advertising for the Steam Deck than the Vita. Good job, Sony.
That's wild. They're like really all in. So it's like, I don't know. It kind of gives you hope. Maybe you would see a Vita 2, but I doubt it would ever happen.
I love the Vita.
But it gives you hope. It gives you hope sometimes.
I'll take a Vita 2 over PSVR. I'll take a Vita 2 over a lot of things. Yeah.
Absolutely. Hunter, what's your thoughts on it, bro? I know you saw your timeline. You had dudes going crazy. I mean, how you feel about the whole mobile approach?
Well, I mean, I feel like the same as Blaze, man. Like the thing is that they open up a new division. They have been hiring executives for this new division. They made it crystal clear in all their communications that this is like a separate group that's not going to impact the AAA games that we get, right? So it's fine. It's exactly like what Blaze is saying. Like maybe in 2 years, when I'm on the shitter, I'll be playing a new Sly Cooper game on my phone. Like who knows? Maybe I'll be playing Twisted Metal or whatnot. Like people were even talking about SOCOM, right? I know that the thing is that we of course want a new AAA for like Killzone or whatnot. Like I'd love to have a new AAA shooter from Sony from one of those franchises, but like it's absolutely seems like that what they're doing is not going to impact what PlayStation Studios is delivering.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be other experiences that we can all check out, right? So it's totally fine. The only thing that I thought was a little strange is that, and it just seems like to be what Sony is doing. Sony, like Microsoft, by comparison, wants to buy Activision Blizzard, and one of the main reasons why is because they want to get the mobile division. I think it's King, right? The Candy Crush folks or whatnot, right? So so Microsoft seems to be like really big and just buying like IPs left, right, and center, and Sony seems to be more about talent. Like
they're trying to just branch it out and get as many more eyes on it. I think Jim Ryan said he wanted more eyes on these games, if I remember correctly, before he started the acquisition. So
yeah, well, this this new studio that they bought, I looked into them and I couldn't actually find any games that they've released. I think they only formed the studio like a couple of years ago. So, but the business experience and acumen of the people that run the studio seems high. Like these are like seasoned veterans that have made some of the biggest mobile games out there. So yeah, I just find it like really interesting that Sony is buying. They obviously don't have as deep of pockets as Microsoft, so they're buying like the less expensive studios where they can get top talent. Exactly like what they did with, say, Haven, right? They probably got Haven at like a bargain bin price because Haven hasn't actually produced anything. But they get Jade Raymond and her entire team up there of like seasoned veterans, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So who knows? Like I don't know. I've never seen a game from this company.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be good?
I think it's that's the intrigue too that's selling it too. Like everybody's eager just to see what it is, and we don't know. But judging from her track record, I know she's gonna bring it. So it is what it is.
Well, just like with like their TV shows and their movies, right? My general and games on PC. My opinion will always be that the more success Sony has, and the more money they make, and the more things they pump out that we spend our money on, the better it's going to be for us as gamers, right? Because when they get all this money from the PC games, where do you think it's going to go to? It's going to go back to development, probably for the next AAA game. The mobile games, right? Let's say they get like a mobile hit, same league as like Call of Duty or like Fate Grand or whatnot, and they're making billions of dollars. Let's say they make $1 billion on the one game. Where do you think the billion's going to go? Like they're probably going to put half that back into mobile, but some of it's going to go back to like making movies, making more AAA games. So good.
Or
like
potentially other buyouts, because they've really been on a spending spree in terms of either, obviously getting studios or trying to get even further deals. I know you guys heard it was them and Tencent. They upped their bids up on FromSoftware.
15%, about 15.
Yeah. So they both own 30% of the company, if I remember correctly. That's what it was. Like
a total of 30.
It's like 16% for Tencent and 14% and change for Sony.
So yeah, they've definitely been trying to
but no, so Sony definitely needs to be careful though. Like Tencent starts getting a majority hold of the company, and not a lot of people will like that.
Unless they're trying to work with Tencent. You guys think maybe Tencent's working with them?
No, I don't.
No, you gotta like that, because Tencent has a history of increasing their investments.
Yeah, they slowly try to so it's like building upon building until they finally own you.
Yeah, I'm noticing a pattern with the big Chinese like companies like that, because that was the exact same thing that happened with NetEase, right? They put like, I think it was like a 30% stake in Quantic Dreams like 2 years ago, And then they just announced like a few days ago that it's like we're going to buy the whole company. So yeah, I could see Tencent for sure. Tencent's like next year I could see 15% more, 20% more.
Yeah.
So Sony got to be careful. That's why PlayStation definitely got to be careful about that.
Yeah. So it was eventful in terms of acquisitions. Rebecca, you have any thoughts on this? On everything?
I mean, I'm surprised that there was negative reactions to that. It just seems like it's a company that's expanding their services. I mean, like I work for an IT company. We buy companies all the time. Like if we buy a cloud services company, we acquire a hardware company, nobody freaks out. Like we're just like, oh yeah, we're expanding our company into different areas of IT.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
I'm actually like really curious though, like find out what is the purpose and what does this actually mean? That's like the biggest
for Savage Games.
No, for FromSoftware.
Oh,
because it's not going to mean exclusive games for Sony, like because they don't have a majority. They can't like tell them to make the exclusive games. That they can probably influence. They can like there's probably like it seems like every gen FromSoftware makes one exclusive game for Sony.
Yeah.
So probably there's a good chance they can get something like that for this gen. But yeah, I'm just really curious. Like, is it because it could just be something as basic where it's like they know that FromSoftware is banking a lot of money, right? So anyone would be smart to invest in FromSoftware. You're going to make like tenfold your investment back within a couple of years probably. So I don't know. Is it just to make money, or do they actually does Sony want more ownership? Do they want to take control of FromSoftware?
I think they do, low key.
Yeah,
I do. I think they do. Like
I agree with what you just said, Hunter. And like you don't know. This could be like a loyalty thing too as well. Like what I mean, like you said, they've always taken care of Sony, made that special game for them.
Yeah.
Or this could be like, hey, we'll increase. We'll go to 14% if you make Bloodborne remaster and just get it over too.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I'm actually hoping this is just pure speculation. What I'm really hoping is that as a part of this investment that they get some of the staff from FromSoftware to help Bluepoint Games start remaking some of these. Could you imagine if they allocate 10% of their staff or whatever to helping out Bluepoint and we get the Bloodborne remake that we all want?
You think they need help after Demon Souls?
Well, probably not.
Probably to help it get out there quicker. I mean, maybe.
But yeah, just exactly.
Bluepoint had a problem
speed it up. And
the problem Bluepoint probably needs help with is the translation. They were saying everything was in Japanese. If the old code was all written in Japanese, and that's the only part where kind of slowed them down. But if we're talking about Bluepoint making a quality title and true to the game that they're doing, they went above and beyond. They made Demon Souls, like I said, there's elements in Demon Souls that even FromSoftware has never even touched and came close to and dabbled in. And that sounds crazy for me to say, but it's the truth. They went and made all unique backstab animations for every single weapon. FromSoftware, hasn't done that.
Yeah.
FromSoftware actually has used, has
assets.
Pulled over asset after asset after asset.
Yeah.
And that's not, I don't care. It doesn't bother me, because I love those games. Those are my favorite games. But, I think Bluepoint's super talented. They might need help, like I said, doing the code part of it if it's all written in Japanese or whatever.
Yeah.
But
well, that's just it too. I'm sure all the documentation that they have for everything, not just the code, but everything, every piece of paper that has something written on it, it's all in Japanese, right? So
right.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be, right? It's like why would you expect Naughty Dog to write in Spanish? It doesn't.
Totally.
Yeah, good point. Retta, you want to add anything to this?
In terms of what the buyouts and stuff like that?
Yes, that's what we're talking about.
The only thing I got an issue it's not even with the PlayStation Mobile division. It's hearing the Savage Games making a AAA game on mobile. That's where I just you know what I mean? Because a lot of mobile gamers don't really care if a game is AAA or not.
Yeah,
you look at Candy Crush, you look at even Diablo Immortal, for instance. A lot of the expectations going to the mobile gaming is different than expectations going to console market and PC market. So it's for Diablo Immortal had so many microtransactions, right? And it got a 4.5 out of 5 on the Apple Store and Google Play Store.
Yeah.
but they got really negative reviews on PC. So like,
yeah,
that's why I'm saying like,
well, dude,
I don't think they need to put.
It's so wishy-washy.
Yeah, they don't care.
That's why, like, for years I've been struggling to understand what Microsoft is doing with their cloud gaming, right? Because I totally agree with what you're saying, Red. Like the thing is, like, if I want to play the latest Call of Duty, right, and I want to play it in like high fidelity and like no lag, I'm gonna play it on PC or console, right? Like I'm not. It's like I always find it like so weird because what Sony's doing with AAA mobile and like Phil Spencer's always saying like, oh, we're gonna bring AAA games to phones. I'm just kind of like, is that what they want? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's just like how many people want console quality experiences that don't have a console?
Yeah.
The only thing that I can think of is like there's certain countries that out there that are behind in terms of like infrastructure and stuff like that. So like they're already going to be completely out of the market for cloud gaming. But I could see I could see when their infrastructure gets up to like where we are with 5G and all that. I could see that really taking off because like you're talking about Brazil, like there's certain countries where consoles are just like ridiculously priced, and so maybe there, but I would say like Japan, Europe, most of Europe, North America, like, dude, we're gonna play on a PC or a console for these types of games.
Exactly.
But how's the mobile market in Japan? Because I feel like even when you look at like the Vita, the Switch, dude, there's certain Vita games. Yeah. There's certain Vita you know how many Vita variants in Japan? Like so many different customized.
Yeah.
We got like one limited edition Vita here. In Japan, it's like dude, I can't even.
Well, mobile is huge, like way bigger than console in Japan. But when you look at the games that are popular in Japan, it's not the same kind of stuff that we would consider as AAA, right? Yeah. It's mostly gacha, like that.
Yeah.
It's Genshin Impact and gacha games like that, right?
Yep.
So
yeah, that's why Ever Crisis might be a big hit in the Japanese market as well for the gacha like systems with having different clothes for certain characters and whatnot. So that's why I'm like,
I want to go to Japan.
Yeah, but like I
definitely want to go.
There's not like a million Japanese out there that's just like, oh, dude, I can't wait to play the new Assassin's Creed they just announced.
Yeah, they don't care. They don't care.
Right? They're not. Nobody said,
"Oh
look
man,
at that
game like, oh, what a generic trash game."
Yeah, I can't wait to play Hogwarts Legacy on my iPhone. Like,
that's the Western. That's all Western.
They're just not. Yeah. They're just not. So, yeah, it's weird, man. Like,
it's funny you mentioned Assassin's Creed. We did get some new info on what's called Assassin's Creed Mirage. Said it's going to go back to its roots. It looks interesting.
It's supposed to be the game before their live service game.
Before the live service, Assassin's Creed.
Didn't they cancel Ghost Recon live service? And
oh yeah, Ghost, yeah.
Okay. So,
but their Assassin's Creed, was it Infinite or Infinity or whatever? That's supposed to be their live service game after this game.
Yeah.
So this is set where? It looks like an Arab.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an Arab. I remember they tweeted out Ezio, and I think, okay, what they're gonna remake, redo it again, try to fix it again with Ezio, but no, it's a new protagonist. So
what's back to their roots, Redwood?
Stealth.
What does that mean? Because I feel like they've been saying that for a while.
Heavy stealth, like.
But that's my thing is.
Assassin's Creed 1.
Can we take them at face value, like them saying that? Are we thinking it's gonna actually go stealth, or it still will have RPG elements, but making stealth more overpowered? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's still gonna have the pay to win aspect, the little store in the little menu.
That game is gonna look beautiful, and I'll be purchasing it day one.
Then you're not gonna finish it.
and I was gonna say that, and I'll probably wind up finishing it. But I want to thank Ubisoft. Ubisoft is a great company, man. I love Ubisoft. Are they Canadian?
They're France, but
they got a big branch.
It seems like 75% of their development is like here. They have studios all over the world, but like I actually think the Montreal, which is where Assassin's Creed was created. My gut sense is that Montreal is like almost like they play all the cards, like they've got all the power. It seems like
I might move to Canada as a career move.
Well, we actually have Ubisoft Toronto here, and I'm trying to remember now, like the last Watch Dogs, and I think they're making Siphon Filter. No.
What about Beyond Good Evil?
Sorry, what am I saying? Splinter Cell.
Splinter Cell.
They're Ubisoft Toronto is making the latest Splinter Cell.
Yep.
So. Yeah, so
that's the thing. So people want to hate on Ubisoft as soon as Splinter Cell drops, or
I'm saying because it's new. It's something that we've been asking for. We've been seeing so many Assassin's Creeds. People want something new. What's up, Danny? See you in the chat,
dude. I'm actually like most excited for Mario plus Rabbids. I don't know if you guys are
Mario Rabbids. You actually like that?
Yeah,
it's a great game.
It's so good. It's so good.
We both got two.
The original was good.
The original was well received, but it's like an XCOM mixture with a lot of people like
game. It's a party game.
It's just like XCOM, but
it's my son loved it. I could see the appeal in it, but
Yeah. Okay. Rebecca, are you excited for that Assassin's Creed Mirage?
I haven't played an Assassin's Creed game since Odyssey. So I played the original Assassin's Creed and then all the Ezio games. And then I was just burned out on Assassin's Creed because I was like, okay, I'm kind of just playing the same game over and over. So I tried Assassin's Creed 3 and then Black Flag, and then I was like, I feel like this is just kind of the same game. So I stopped and then played Origins and Odyssey, and I thought those were really good. But then they were also kind of the same game over and over.
Yeah, but at least it was different. See, Red Hood? People were burnt out.
So Origins was different.
So I disagree. Like, my thing is, it's like, I don't disagree that they didn't make that many improvements with Assassin's Creed titles, because that's on them for a developer, but you don't have to change the genre. Because, like, look at Metal Gear Solid. They were able to evolve the gameplay in
but that's
iteration.
How many games compared to? I feel like there's way more Assassin's Creed.
I mean, you
games
got what? Well, you got
if you're counting PSP,
Okay, well, you got OG Metal Gear 1 and 2, right?
Yeah.
And then you got Metal Gear Solid 1 through 4, and then you got Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, and then you got Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain. So it's like about 7 or 8.
Wasn't Ground Zero?
Yeah, if you're counting the PSP ones, right? But
no, I wasn't. I was only counting one PSP. I don't like portable ops. That's not really canon. So only Peace Walker.
Okay, but my thing is, for a lot of people, maybe they got sick of putting up their hood and walking in a crowd and just waiting to stab somebody. You know what I mean? So they got sick of that, right? Too.
My thing is, I don't disagree. It's just you can change the gameplay.
You forgot about Metal Gear Survive.
Nobody gives. Dude, that's not a solid game. That's not a main line, dude. No one talks about it. It's over there and
I know.
No.
Did they announce what studio is making Mirage? Is it Montreal?
Probably. More likely, they did all the other ones. Didn't say.
Well, they have they've actually got two studios in Quebec. They've got Quebec and they've got Montreal. Montreal.
Brandon, what date it is?
The flagship one.
I do know what the day.
What
it's
is
Metal Gear Solid 5 anniversary date.
Yeah.
Great game.
There's that. Shout out to
And that's
Nova.
4 days away from my birthday, right then.
You got you.
You got 4 days left. No, I mean, I said Nova.
Nova. You just said, yo, Nova.
Because he just said Nova. So
you're listening, bro. You're the one getting it.
Speaking of Nova, shout out to Nova, becoming channel member, Silver Tier. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you very much. So there's that. There was Assassin's Creed Mirage. Pretty cool. I know a lot of you are like, okay, are they going to talk about it now? Are they going to get into this Halo situation? So here's a wild part. I didn't even see this news until I started seeing Twitter Spaces just go all up, and then I saw the tweet afterwards. But we finally saw the roadmap for Halo Infinite. And I know a lot of you guys, we pretty much have abandoned talking about Halo Infinite because it's kind of like the game just been kind of dead in general. We all played the multiplayer. I think a lot of us like the multiplayer, or some of you just like the story. But they showed the roadmap for this game, and then they took out a feature indefinitely. So basically, to make a long story short, in the actual situation here, they did say that Forge is going to drop in November, so you're going to get that. You're going to get the online co-op. Yeah, I know. You're going to get the online co-op for the campaign at the same time as that. However, split screen is not going to be in the game. So that is officially canceled from the game as well. And after that announcement was made, I just started seeing Twitter spaces go everywhere. And I'm thinking, okay, what's going on, right? I'm just looking at this, and then people started to pull back old tweets from Bonnie Ross, where Bonnie Ross was saying like, yo, we learned our lesson. I think it was back in Halo 5. So we learned our lesson.
Halo 5 had no split screen.
Yeah. So we learned our lessons from it. We'll never launch a Halo game without split screen ever again. Lesson learned. And obviously with this news being said here, everybody was asking for the fire, or for people to fire Bonnie Ross over this. I talked to Paris Lilly about this in his Twitter space, and he pretty much said it. He said the same thing I'm about to say. I don't see Halo just being like, especially with the way they're really pushing for this Activision deal, I don't see a crazy future for Halo where it's looked at as the crown jewel of Xbox Studios, or it's looked at as their poster boy. If anything, once this Activision deal eventually goes through, you're just going to see Call of Duty fill that void, and Halo is going to be in the background as just like a middleman type of character at this point, because I don't see anything happening since then. And if you look at the roadmap for this game, from November 8th to March, you're going to get, obviously, the beta we talked about, the online co-op. That's going to happen. Then you're going to get the free 30-tier battle pass and two new maps. Then they also said you're going to get double XP, the covert one flag game mode, two events, and quality of life improvements. That's the first thing you're going to get in those 2 months, or within those months. Then from March 7th to June 27th, you're going to get a new weapon. It's called the Bandit. One weapon, people. 2 more maps, a new piece of equipment in the game, and then they said 100-tier battle pass place.
How can a development team of 343 stature have this much trouble putting out content?
Oh, it gets better. It gets better, bro. This is what they also said. You also get custom game browser. You get in-game management. You get in-game.
It's staff turnover. That's what the problem is.
Then they talk about Sony and Crunch and all this. Gotta finish off.
You gonna love this, honey. You're gonna love this. You get in-game reporting. Oh my God, in-game reporting. You get VIP. VIP and Escalation, which is a new game mode, new Fracture event, another event, and Forge beta updates and quality of life improvements. Wow, what a
that
release.
Sounds great.
What a list.
Guess what? When did Halo Infinite launch, Red Hood?
About 2 years ago.
No, it was like last year.
Last year,
almost 2 years ago.
Was it December or November? I don't know.
It was 2 years ago.
It's about 2 years.
This roadmap is taking way too long. First of all, the whole split screen thing, things change. Yeah. But again, they got to understand, when you put something out there, people, you can do whatever you want. People capture. If you're that big of a person, you write Halo, it's going to be this, and it's not that. After, people are going to remember that shit. But things change. I'm not mad about the split. People crying over split screen. Come on, man. People don't even leave their house to play game. No one's doing that. But, the fact that it's been a staple in Halo.
It's a staple, yeah.
And they got rid of it in Halo 5.
And they made a point about it, too.
And they made a point about it. So, and then the whole roadmap is I cannot believe, I'll say this again and again, when Far Cry can have drop in and drop out co-op, okay? Yeah. There's no, what's the difference? You're the same character in Far Cry as well. This is, this is a game I just don't understand how all the money, all the time, this is their biggest franchise in the history of Xbox, and it's having all this trouble. And then, they're looking at Sony Studios. Oh, they're doing this and that. Look, seriously, somebody needs to be there babysitting these teams. 343, if you really think about it, since we were talking about this in Discord, I think Red Hood was there.
Yeah.
It's the last game they made was Bungie was Halo Reach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they let Bungie walk. They could have had Destiny as a IP for Xbox, but that's over and done with. My point is, after that, 343 has done nothing but give headaches. Even if we go to the Xbox One, they couldn't even get a remaster up and running. People are having so much problems. It's just everything they touch crumbles, and it's a damn shame, because Halo Infinite, the core mechanics, the shooting, the multiplayer is really solid, and it's actually a good time. But if you don't give people the content to keep them coming back. You can't be giving me at tier 99 a shoulder blade pad for my left shoulder. It's just ridiculous. Like it's uninspired. The microtransactions are overpriced and they're horrible.
You had more microtransactions for this game than you did, should I say skins for this game.
You notice how they...
Yeah.
You notice how they have no problem releasing skins.
Yeah,
they
that's what makes it worse.
Store every week.
Exactly.
But they can't update the game with content. It's like, all right.
My thing is this, too. You remember Forge, obviously, because we were playing it day one, multiplayer, especially on Fridays. Remember how everybody complained about Forge, but... If you knew you weren't ready to begin with, don't you think it would have been made logical sense to have Forge ready for everybody? That way you can have community event type of maps. They can just make whatever they want. I think they were showing off dude-made zombies in the game. Like
people are making Big Cloud. There are people making maps in Forge that look better than the actual development.
That's what I'm saying. It makes logical sense to have that. Yeah, they didn't have it.
It's just unacceptable that you're telling people now they got to wait till November. Like Xbox right now has not a lot of first-party game. Well, they have none. They have no first-party games coming out, and like it's just a shame that a game of Halo of its nature, like it's just taking forever to get content out the door. And every time they show off news, it's always like it's good news, but it's bad news. It's like, wow, November, like really, like I wish there was a picture of that initial roadmap. Yeah. Like it was supposed to come out a year ago. Like it's just
it had to look more bare than this. It couldn't have looked any. It had to look worse than what I just read on this roadmap. It is a terrible.
This is Halo. This is like Naughty Dog. This is like Naughty Dog.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I said this in the Twitter space. I was like, dude, it feels like the whole conversation Microsoft's trying to point to, obviously, is acquisitions. They're like, yeah, once we get the Activision heat on this, you know what I mean? You guys are gonna forget about Halo because we got Call of Duty. It's like,
don't you find that funny?
It's like, weird to me. Yeah,
we talked about this before, and like they're having trouble having their two major like behemoth. IPs, which is Gears and Halo, and they can't handle it correctly, and they're not what they are anymore. Like Halo could have been something really big if they stuck the landing. Now it's getting worse, and now people are saying, "Well, what about these studios like Call of Duty and stuff like that?" Which the studios, in terms of Blizzard and Activision and all that, terrible like management, and they have to like literally restructure that company to like make it better, like. What faith we have in terms of those IPs and whatnot. Like I got no clue.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Microsoft
it doesn't
does,
make
the
acquisitions look any better. Like if you can't handle Halo, first of all, if you're not managing 343, who is in charge of your savior, the one game that puts you on the map. How the hell can anybody?
They can't get it right. The problem with 343 is let 343 make something fucking different, man.
Exactly.
Stop relying on Halo. Halo Infinite's there. Allocate a small team to continually put updates for Halo and content. Cool, when they get eventually rolling. But they let them create Halo. Just give it a break. Infinite will be there, right? If they can just update it with season passes and stuff like that. Let them make something different for God's sake. And then it's like Xbox is. This is what they do. They need they don't really fix anything. They go there and they throw money at something. Oh, we'll fix it. Money can't fix everything. Trust me, it cannot. You can't just back up your truck of money and say, "Oh, we'll just buy it to resolve it." We don't have Uncharted, we'll buy Tomb Raider. Like it doesn't work that way. You still have to put in the work and make sure things are getting done correctly. I don't understand. Like they put band-aids over everything and throw money at everything, and it's not. Dude,
well, it's the same with the Coalition too, because the Coalition was actually going to make a new IP, but Microsoft said,
Yeah, they said, go back to
Gears. You're sticking with Gears, and I find it actually really funny because the Coalition definitely is a talented team.
Absolutely.
The Gears series is obviously declining, just like Halo is, but you can't deny that the Gears games are like technically almost flawless. Like the gameplay and graphics are amazing on those. But it's just really interesting because the Coalition now has been assigned to so many other studios to sort of like help them out and almost bail, because they were helping with Halo Infinite. I just read that it looks like now the Coalition is helping with State of Decay 3. Like they're sort of like, because like State of Decay 2 was technically a total mess, like disaster. They eventually fixed things, but But yeah, it just like I don't know, it just sucks. Like I'm sure the coalition wants to go out and do new things and experiment, but it's like no, Microsoft
Hunter,
said.
You know what you just said? They like State of Decay came out with disaster, and then they fixed it and they put an update. That's the thing with Microsoft. Like Sea of Thieves was a disaster, but now like what Xbox fans will say is like, well, look at it now. It's got a lot of high numbers and people are playing it. Like initial impressions mean everything. You can have like Destiny's probably one of the only games that made it out of that, like where it had like Destiny when it launched was received poorly, like with all the expectations and. Yeah, you can fix it, but I'm telling you, first impressions mean a lot because people are not going to go back. They're not going to waste their time. There's too much content. There's too many games, and they're not going to go back.
Look at like Grounded
attention spans too.
Grounded's the exact same thing. Microsoft has been saying, oh, like the full game of Grounded is coming out. I think it's like this month or next month. I am like so not hyped at all. When I originally saw the trailers for Grounded, I thought it was really cool, and then I of course played it when it was.
It's the Obsidian game. It's like the Honey I Shrunk the Kids.
Honey, where you're in the backyard and there's. Like,
I played that,
yeah, but it's like I originally thought it was interesting. I played the game. It was like an hour and a half worth of content. I was like, okay, this is boring. There's just nothing to do here, and I'm done. Right, like the version 1.0 is coming out soon. It has a story. It has so many different things, but it's like. Dude, first impressions matter. Why would I play Grounded version 1 when there's like all these games that are coming out? Right? The Last of Us, like Jesus Christ, like there's just no reason to dive into it.
They did a comparison, and everybody was talking about this also on the Twitter Spaces about the content that Destiny 2 was getting compared to Halo Infinite in the time span of this game.
Oh yeah, no, they put out way more content.
Destiny got a lot of content.
Wild,
that's
wild.
What is it, like 2 or 3 expansions or 2 expansions,
like,
I think, right?
Yeah, that's
and multiple seasons. And
right now, if you start Destiny right now, Big Cloud, you will have enough shit to do for the rest of the year. I promise you.
Just like dude, I'm blown away. What the mindset or the direction for this company?
Like this is what I've been saying for forever, but like the one thing, and it's like such a crucial thing, but the one thing that Microsoft lacks is they do not know how to manage the creative process. They don't know how to manage creative teams. If they could just figure this out, Microsoft has like unlimited money, right? Could you imagine what Xbox could do if they had the same level of managing the creative process that, say, Sony or Nintendo has? Like, you've seen Nintendo's just, like, pumping out bangers left, right, and center. Sony's been pumping out bangers all year. Like, could you even imagine? Like, imagine Halo and Gears and, like, what else they could do if they actually had the creative process managed well, right? So it's like...
But when you say that the coalition got told a strong no, stick to what you're doing, like... And listen, like I'll say this, I think Gears is going to be beautiful in Unreal 5, but being beautiful doesn't mean the game's going to be good. Number one. Number two,
we've seen it exactly.
But number two, it's like when they say that, but I know Microsoft's looking at it like, oh no, new IP, no, because they understand how hard it is to stick a new IP. Like people don't give PlayStation enough credit for that shit. To get a new IP out the door, have it be successful to the point where movies are being made and there's a sequel, like. That the new IP is the hardest and it's the biggest risk you can take in terms of making games. So like, it's a damn shame though. It's like damn, like let them like didn't Microsoft say we're not holding back? We're gonna let creators be creators. Let them create. Let them create.
That's true.
Yeah, but they always they
like
say so. That's the thing. Like you can't really trust any company because all companies will lie, but Xbox certainly has been lying a lot, and it's like the one thing that like I just still can't get over is the last week where they were the British review group is saying that they're gonna really like scrutinize the Activision acquisition, right? And then you had Phil Spencer on the Xbox Wire blog saying about how he's like, oh, like, you know, we want our games to reach everybody. We want every gamer, every device. We want the multiplayer games. And it's like, dude, we can see through it. We're not dumb.
Yeah.
You just bought Bethesda, and that one like flew under the radar of all of these, groups that approve these. Like it just went through no problem, right? And it's like as soon as they acquired Bethesda, they made everything go exclusive, right? And then now because they're getting scrutinized for this, now they're finally saying, "Oh, we want our games for everyone."
We'll play nice with everybody.
And
we'll have it everywhere.
Dude, you're lying.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, did
we
you
know
guys
what's gonna happen.
Lying.
We know what's
You're
gonna
lying,
happen.
dude.
Like,
you know what? That's a great point. So with Bethesda, all their games will be exclusive.
Yeah, that's gonna be locked behind Game Pass.
That's what they said.
What changed?
Starfield was supposed to be PS5.
Well,
so they're saying that obviously. Well, Sony's saying that, and again, they have a point. Call of Duty by itself makes up a crazy amount of the market. You know what I mean? Because people buy, period. Like it doesn't matter of all ages. So that's like a big, market cap there for that game. But the thing is about that. Microsoft, again, they're like, yeah, we'll definitely have that on PlayStation. Our commitment is to have that still on PlayStation, as if anything is going to change. But we already know once that deal is done with, I guess the next 3, maybe 4 games, whatever Sony paid in advance for under the contract of Activision.
Well, that's the worry.
It's done. Yeah, exactly. Once those 4 games are done or 3 games are done, you'll see them flat out say, by the way, guys, we appreciate you, but if you guys want to experience Call of Duty, you must have a Game Pass subscription.
Yeah, but what about Minecraft? Yeah. They stuck to their word.
Yeah, that's a different story.
That's kind of a different story, though. Minecraft was...
I know you're looking at Minecraft, but dude, that's a huge player.
Oh, no, it is.
It is a player. Yeah, it is a huge
But
player.
no, did you guys see the Verge story, though? When it comes to Phil Spencer? So,
how they
remember the blog post or Xbox Wire or whatever when they announced the acquisition? They're like, oh, Call of Duty will remain multi-platform for basically ever.
Yeah.
And then you got the UK regulator, which you were mentioning along with Sony, which are worried about them making it exclusive. But then The Verge had the story where it's saying Phil Spencer wrote Jim Ryan a letter in January saying that Call of Duty would still be available on PlayStation several more years beyond the current Sony contract in place, which basically means it's not going to be multi-platform for
you have a
several
window.
Years later.
Yeah, you have a window. You have a
Well, that
time
means
window.
basically, if they're telling people oh yeah, we're gonna make them multi-platform for forever, and it's it looks like they might go back on that, which I don't know how that's gonna work in terms of deals and whatnot, in terms of regulators.
Yeah.
Because if you make promises like that, it does open a wormhole into a lot of different things.
Listen, that might inspire Sony to say, you know what?
About the whole Bungie thing?
Yeah, the whole Bungie thing. You know what, Bungie? You see what's going on? You go ahead and create a shoot. Listen. Call of Duty is great. People love Call of Duty. But when we talk to people in the Discord, Call of Duty is just meh to us. Honestly,
it's meh. But
to everybody we talk to, but to the main casuals, right.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, Call of Duty's nobody looks at Call of Duty as one of these they don't hold value and must-haves in our community. I was the casuals or some people, and I'm not saying I know people like Strictly and J Bar, they love COD, they buy it every year, but that's not listen, I know it seems like Call of Duty will never fall down, but I'm telling you, no matter what company you are, you eventually get stagnant and you will drop off. If you don't improve, you will. And Call of Duty really has been making the same game for 2 decades.
Yep.
So
everybody's getting hyped
Sony
now
can create a shooter, bro. They got Sony. If they just hire me, I can fix this. I'm serious.
No, it's just back to the Call of Duty thing. They're finding a success in remaking classics. You know what I mean? That's what they're basically doing. They're basically retelling the same stories. They did it with the Modern Warfare. Was it 2019, 2020?
2019 was a prequel.
Yeah, but
Modern Warfare 2 is Modern Warfare 1 now.
But you get what I'm saying, though. It's like a reimagined timeline / remake.
Bro, because they've done it all. You went to the moon. You went to you went to World War One. You went to World 2.
You didn't go to Atlantis.
Yeah, you went to the Matrix, right? You went to the Matrix.
What's your thoughts, Rebecca? You got anything?
Well, I mean, honestly, I don't really know much about Microsoft and Xbox because I grew up on a PlayStation and Nintendo. But it sounds to me like Microsoft and Xbox is just not very innovative.
Yep.
Yes.
Is that what you guys are saying?
Yes.
Yeah, very much. Their idea right now is just to buy. Now, we had no problem with them buying, especially Bethesda. It made sense. They didn't have a lot of games to begin with. We all complained they're not competing, right? But now it's just turned into an all-out, hey, I'm just gonna buy this one, I'm gonna buy that one. It's like,
and hopefully it works.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, dude, we get it. We definitely get it. But come on, can we like get back to what matters here? The 2022, I said this to Paris, it's the worst year I've ever seen for Xbox. And he's, and Paris like, yeah, I agree, but 2021 was better. It was, but we're in the future. You know what I mean? It's a bad year this year. Now, is 2023 going to outweigh Sony's 2023? Sony has one big game I can name right off the bat that takes up a lot of people's time, or that's going to take everybody's attention.
Yeah.
And that's literally Spider-Man. I don't even have to list everything else.
You were in a Twitter space today?
Not today. The other.
Yeah, sure.
It's like yesterday.
Right, dude, I think you were in 2 Twitter spaces.
Wait. So he talked crap about me being in Twitter spaces. Now,
okay, I don't live it. You did. Hold on. You were in it for 17 hours. You can step off. All right.
Okay. Wait. To be fair, the second person that you were on that Twitter space is questionable, sir.
Oh God, here we go.
I thought you didn't like the Tower.
Here we go. Here we go. What are we talking about? Oh, I did like Liza B.
Okay.
I like Liza B. What are you talking about?
Just making sure.
What are we doing? What are we doing here? You know, I was all in on Liza B. What are we doing here? This dude's trying so hard to get a gotcha moment. Oh my God.
I got you twice already. 3 times you're out.
Okay. All right, let's just do one. There you go. Nobody cares. That's what they hear. Anyway.
The bad soundboard. Get rid of
it. Looking so mad. It's so stupid. Anyway, it's a guy. Yeah, no, it's the acquisitions, everything. It's I mean, what can you do as far as Halo is concerned? Let me go around the panel here. What do you guys think the future of Halo lies right now? Do you guys see them ever recovering from this, or do you just see them going back to just the traditional style? Because I don't think live service is in this game's future, period. In fact, I don't see it ever being the poster boy. I think it's taken a few steps back, and once this Activision deal is done, you're going to see Call of Duty fill the void. You're going to see Microsoft throw Game Pass in, because if you look at the fine print, they keep saying Game Pass. It's like this is going to be day and day. Everything's day and day. So my theory is pretty much there. It's already been there. So you're going to see custom consoles be made for Game Pass with this damn, with this game as the marketing for Game Pass, and that's going to be their marketing giant, or their marketing strategy. But let me start with you, Hunter. What you think about Halo? What's up, Strictly? I see you, bro.
With Halo,
yeah,
I literally just do not even want to talk about this game anymore in this franchise. I've said it over and over again. Like during the 360 era, it was one of my favorite. It for sure was in my top 3 franchises. I played it all the time, every week, all the time with my friends, and it's like it's just nowhere near where it was. Like it's fallen from grace so huge. It's become, at least in my life, it's been irrelevant the last decade almost. Like as soon as 343 took it over, like I thought Halo 4 was decent. It was all right. It was okay. It was okay. I enjoyed that one. It was certainly a step down from Bungie, but it was still decent. And then Halo 5 was not good. And then Halo Infinite actually had a pretty decent campaign. I enjoyed that. But everything else has just been, it's just irrelevant. There's nothing there for me. So I don't know. It's just like Halo is a relic of the past. I'm not really. I don't care. Like I don't care if like they have all these things coming out, new updates and Forge, and I don't really care. Apex Legends is better. Warzone is better. Splitgate, I would say, is probably like from the amount of fun that I have, it's the same or if not more. So I would say Splitgate's a little bit better than Halo. So there's at least company, bro. Like there's at least like 3 other shooters out there that are better. And so if Halo is my 4th, it means it's never being played. Because Let
me jump in with a question here, because I've never played Halo, because I didn't grow up on an Xbox. So what about it was that you liked it? What was it about Halo that was so good back then that it's not good now?
It was the innovator. It was the originator.
Online, like multiplayer, like that, like those big team battles and stuff like that. That no multiplayer game was ever doing that, which was like crazy innovation. That's what sold Xbox units, and
Yeah,
they're not able to do that anymore. It's like they're stuck in that era still.
Yeah. From a campaign perspective, the campaigns were absolutely amazing. They had all these different vistas and biomes and awesome weapons, and the story was phenomenal. So story is big for me. It gets me drawn into the world, and it makes me interested in the world. So the campaigns were certainly the highlight. But then the multiplayer was just so innovative, and it was like nothing else on the market. And now, like these days, the market is so saturated, and there's just so many games that are better than Halo. That's why it's irrelevant now. Like, what's the point? They like they were talking, like we're talking about stuff like split screen and stuff like that. And sure, like I'd want it to have split screen, but I don't really care, to be honest, because this is, again, it's like a relic of the past, right? We've moved on, right? We've moved on. I need something fresh and new. I need 343 or someone else within Activision or Xbox to do to Halo what Sony did to God of War.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
God of War 2018.
Yes.
I need
reinvent. So do you think that they could be innovative if they wanted to? Like, what do you think is holding them back?
The problem
fan base
is three. Well, not
the fan base.
It's not the fan base. It is not the fan.
Sorry, go ahead. But like my opinion, the fan.
No,
fan
but
base.
he's right.
It's a combination. It's a combination. It's not just the.
No. Hunter is absolutely correct. No, Big Cloud. He's right though.
No, he's right. He's right. But there's another part to this. Microsoft told them to legit recreate Fortnite. They tried to go for the Fortnite crowd, and the funny thing is, Halo is not the game to go for the Fortnite crowd. Fortnite is on a different level. They just add.
I don't think that's literal though, Big Cloud. Like what Hunter's saying is, no, but listen. There's nothing about Halo Infinite that reminds me of Fortnite, bro. Nothing.
No, they're trying to go for that crowd with that, that shit.
Yeah, that open market with season passes. But what Hunter's saying is when they first initially released Halo Infinite to the public and they showed off the Xbox, there was a lot of Xbox guys who were liking it. And they're saying, "Oh, this is fine." Like that's what I'm saying. Like they don't. The fan base has not put pressure on Xbox and 343 to do better at points. I'm not saying at all points, but there've been points where they were just accepting it. Like there's got to be a point in like, can you change something up? Can we have something fresh? Oh, don't you dare change! Don't you dare put ADS, an aim down sight. Yeah, that's not hate. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let me try some.
That's what I mean
shit.
exactly.
Yeah, like. They listen. I understand as a SOCOM vet that people don't like change, but sometimes you gotta make like little incremental refreshments and adapt. Like it's okay to do that. And Mass Produce said, and that's a fact. He said SOCOM had more online plays than Halo. And let's be real. Let's be real, man. SOCOM is the real innovators here. I'm just being real, bro. They were online. They had more online numbers than all of Xbox Live combined at a point. So I don't want to, Sony don't get credit for it, but SOCOM was that game, bro.
Yeah.
Facts.
There you go.
Yeah, like Rebecca, the way that I can describe it best is like when you think back to Fortnite and how it changed the industry, right? How it created. Well, I think that Fortnite actually copied they copied PUBG and all that.
PUBG.
So that's like the PUBG, I guess, is a better example. But like when PUBG came out and innovated the genre and exploded and made us play a shooter in a way that we've never played a shooter.
BRs, right?
Yeah, be it battle royale, right? That's what Halo used to be. Halo used to be like, oh my god, there's these new modes that they had like there was the capture the flag, and there was oddball, and there was like all these like weird, interesting things that we've just never seen before. And that's the problem with Halo today.
On top of great mechanics and being dropped at gore, like you would go out of Vista, like a certain mission you would be here in space, and the mission you see all these the planets in the background, and then you have a great story and a strong lead character on top of that, and you just had a recipe for a great franchise. And it's just over time, the passing of the torch has not been smooth at all. It's gone consistently worse, and that's not my opinion. That's a fact.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So. It's
just they're playing catch up. That's the problem, right?
Right.
Halo used to be the leader, and they're playing catch up, and they're playing it so bad. Like they can't.
There's not enough hot dogs for all that catch up, man.
Yeah. They can't even figure out how to do seasons correctly. Like they're just so far behind everyone else. They're 10 years behind.
My thing is,
absolutely.
Halo might have to do those collaborations, like Marvel collaborations.
They tried that with Gears
at this point, like anime style armor at this point. Like
they tried it with Gears.
I think
it didn't work.
I think you're right.
But it probably
it might sound sad as like a longtime Halo fan, but you're right. Dude, the stuff that Fortnite is doing, like the metaverse stuff that they're doing, that stuff is like so goddamn innovative. Like, I don't even like half the things they do. You know, all these like teenager music artists they get in there and stuff like that. I don't care for it. But that's like Fortnite is doing that. I mean, it's new. It's like it's innovative.
The only inclusion I could see Halo doing in that degree would be the Doom character. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I could see them doing something like that, a collaboration with that. But I don't think they would go all crazy.
My thing is we can't look at Halo as the top dog anymore. And you know, I know people look at it like, even I say it all the time, Halo's their biggest franchise, but with the purchase of Bethesda, there's games that just frog leap Halo. Like the next Doom from you know, id Software is like they're wizards, bro. The next Doom is going to be crazy. You got Machine Games, you got straight up Bethesda making the next Fallout. You know, when the next Fallout comes, like these are big games that were like huge everywhere. So like, it's just, you know, I don't think. And listen, I know people give Gears award, but I remember there was a point in time where people would run through a Walmart, cough, cough, solid rev to get to the Gears of War. They were so excited to play it. You know, 1, 2, Gears 1, 2, and 3. Like those games were great. Gears 1, 2, and 3 were great, and 4 was good too. The thing is, you play it and you're like, oh, multiplayer, let's play that. Oh, it's the same thing. A bunch of people running around with shotguns. Like, cool. And that it might be addicting to the hardcore, but it's not pulling in any new eyeballs. So you might have to go off the beaten path to kind of bring in new eyes. But you know, people are going to push back against that, especially if they've been long-term fans of the franchise.
No, dude, you're right. I was listing off franchises that are better. I forgot Doom, but Doom Eternal is
their
way
big
better.
Dog. Yeah, that's
Doom Eternal is way better than Halo Infinite. Like I had so much fun. I had so much fun with that game. Yeah. So
id Software is the biggest when it comes to quality. I don't know who's above them in Microsoft right now. I'm trying to think. Maybe Playground. I don't know.
Somebody brought that up in a super chat. I'll get to those in a second.
Well, dude, like even Wolfenstein is better than Halo.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts. I'll stand on that too.
Bethesda is now the crown jewel of Microsoft. Like,
343 is in the back of the line right now at this point. I don't know what they got to do, but I don't even think even if they, let's say they redeem themselves and they make a better Halo and it's not open world, I think the damage has been done.
What did Rebecca say? I didn't grow up on an Xbox. I grew up on a Nintendo,
PlayStation,
and you know, PlayStation. You know, some people, you know, like let's say certain markets, like that's just what it is. Like I'm telling you, like, Microsoft's in Japan. Like I don't think people care about Halo. They don't. There's nothing.
Yeah.
They just see a first-person shooter. There's nothing drawing them in. Like you got to change up a little bit. You got to bring some innovation.
Yep.
Or you know, you're not going to attract any new eyeballs. Like that's just what it is. And I think, people are loyal to what they've always seen in their life. You know, I mean, if I grew up and I had a Sega my whole life, I was a big Sega fanboy, when I grew up. But like, it's just I don't think Microsoft is going to do any type of they can have some they can take sales over in the United States for a month or two, but I don't think they're going to do anything. And I don't think a price increase of a PS5 is going to do anything. This is all people just crying. It's really Twitter. Like if you go outside Twitter, you don't hear anything. It's peace and quiet.
Okay. Red Hood, do you want to get your point across? Today, Red Hood, you gonna talk?
You're muted, buddy.
Jeez, I am muted. Damn. No, I said I got the point across, like when it comes to Halo and freaking 343. So,
all right.
Like, I mean, what else can we say? It's like the only advice I would give 343 is to put everything on ice. Like literally put Halo on ice and create a brand new IP, because if you're going in and saying, because if we're going to be honest, Halo Infinite's not going to last 10 years. That's probably going to last maybe another 3 years, maybe 2 years.
I'm calling it right now. It's going to get canceled in like the next 2.
What?
And then
Halo Infinite, it's going to get canceled.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to last 10 years.
Yeah.
So like, what's going to end up happening is they should put it on ice, create a new IP, and then this is my thought process. Don't even have 343 ever work on Halo again. I think you should have a couple Doom titles come out, and then boom, big announcement, maybe 7 years from now, 6 years from now, that it is working on Halo.
Yeah. You know what it is too, Red Hood? The problem is they came out and said Halo Infinite is the last Halo. Like, this is going to be a project that's going to last a very long time. Like, they went the Destiny route. And I think people are saying, like, well, if this is the end product for me, then I don't want no part of this. Like, that. Listen, I hate when companies do that. I hate when they come out and say, Halo Infinite, when it usually comes out, there's a 1, there's a 2, there's a 3, and now they're just trying to put a new title on it and say, hey, this is going to drag out for 10 years. Like, people don't want that. Like, we want a fresh new Halo in 4 years. Like, we don't want this. I don't know.
Yep. That is facts. That is absolutely facts.
I know Cole will definitely hate me for saying it should work on Halo. But it definitely should work on Halo.
Somebody put that in as a super chat. Shout out to Cloaked Onyx. He actually said that. He said, only way to save Halo, he dropped the $5 super chat. He said, only way to save Halo is to give it to id Software. Rest in peace, or rest in tear, some elites, grunts, and flood.
I think it can absolutely reinvigorate the franchise.
Yeah,
but like I said, if you want a big bang, let it be on ice, and then when you announce that, it's going to have a huge pop.
And listen, don't get it twisted. I'm telling you, don't put the power in. Like, sometimes, usually gamers never vote with their wallets. They always say they're not going to buy it, and then they end up buying it. Everybody's done it. But my thing is, like, with the whole COD thing, too, and I know I'm jumping around here, but, like, there might be some pushback on that. If they just say, you know what, this is going to be an Xbox exclusive, you never know, man. That might rub people the wrong way. Like, unless it's this incredible game that we can't miss, but you probably it'll be the same Call of Duty game with some fresh new graphics.
It's gonna be pushback. It's gonna be a lot of people who are just comfortable on PlayStation and they're used to getting the game on there.
They might buy an Xbox, Big Cloud, but they're not leaving PlayStation. But I don't see them leaving for one game. They're not gonna leave PlayStation all the years of PlayStation, all the money they've invested into this company in terms of buying software. Like, they're not going to leave for one game. They might adopt an Xbox and add it to their...
or just have it on the side. That'll be like their COD console, and then they'll just jump back to the PlayStation. Like, so that might work in their favor in terms of console sales, but I just don't see it, like, being the thing. Like,
but some people are out here, Big Cloud, and saying, oh, there's going to be a mass...
change.
a mass change, and God's gonna come down and say push everybody to one side. Like, no, that's not what's gonna happen. There'll be some people like the casuals, like, oh, I can't play Xbox, I can't play COD on PlayStation. Okay, I'll buy an Xbox, but and in order for that to be the case, culture, man, it's over for that.
In order for that to be the crazy case, and that's where Sony needs to understand too, every single Call of Duty game from that point forward, after that decision of them saying it's going to be, let's say, exclusive to Xbox, they have to be like must-have. Like, they have to be like the best they've ever been. I'm talking about best received. They actually listen to our feedback and give you the game that you've been asking for. Because most of the time, they give you small updates, but most of the time, the overall end product is the same. You know what I mean? The shoot first, die first mentality is still a thing. Terrible spawns. I mean, do I need to continue? Do I need to continue? The list goes on.
Hunter, did you want to announce that? Or do you want me to announce it? Our thing we talked about. All review codes that go to Hunter, they're gonna be half of them are going to me. We made this whole alliance, so look up for the new review codes soon.
Whoa. This doesn't count when it comes to Final Fantasy 16.
No.
No.
You guys calling dibs on my code?
Me and Hunter. I said if Final Fantasy 16 has a PC,
Hunter's like, you get a code, and you get a code.
Just bring it home.
Listen, Hunter, I'm telling you, Red Hood would put you in a portrait right next to his wall, like you would be God.
He'll get rid of that Red Hood green screen. He'll just show a big picture of Hunter like this
in the back. I'm telling you, like,
oh yeah.
Guys are crazy. So shout out to Neo Wise. The $2 super chat, he says, remember Phil said if Halo fails, Xbox fails. He did say that if we lose our way with Halo, we fail as a whole. He did say that.
I saw that quote too, but like,
is that a quote?
People draw quotes from like he said years and decades ago.
Yeah,
like the thing is like when Phil said that would have been true.
Yeah.
But the Microsoft and Xbox of today is way different than the Xbox of back then.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when did he say that? Because it might not be relevant anymore.
Dude, like if they actually get Activision and they get Call of Duty, they don't even need Halo. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
How much money are they making from Halo Infinite? They don't need Halo when they have Call of Duty.
Could you imagine Bungie buys the rights to Halo and then creates it?
Yeah, that would be
hilarious.
Okay. Let's not do that.
Yeah, but Microsoft would be spiteful if PlayStation were to buy like the rights for Halo.
Exactly.
They would say no automatically, even if they, it was justified in terms of the amount.
You know why, Redden? Because I guarantee you, if PlayStation had Halo,
they would make a better. It would
be a better product, and that's why they'd be spiteful. Because they know, like, wow, Halo's back and it's doing well, and PlayStation has the IP.
That's a fact.
That's all it is.
I believe it too. At this point in time, let's see here. We did get some gameplay. I don't know if you guys saw it for Ragnarok. Yeah, it looked pretty.
Only
good.
a minute and like 26 seconds, dude.
Quick minutes.
That's all I needed to see.
4 minutes.
I missed that.
You missed it. I can put it on screen. You want me to put it on screen?
Yeah.
The gameplay.
That's all I needed to see. That. Oof.
Let me see. I can put it on the screen.
I mean, it looked good, but like, I don't need to see gameplay. Like, it's day one.
I say it all the time. Sometimes showing too much can kill. It can hurt a game, but not God of War, obviously. But like, I don't want to see. I just want to experience that, man.
Yeah, like I don't actually think I'm gonna look at any more videos. Like, I kind of watched that video and I was like, I shouldn't have watched this. Like, why did I watch this?
Yeah,
it looks good. I can see the improvements, but like, I don't want to spoil anything, and I don't need trailers to sell me on the game.
When's that game come out, Hunter? Because the week before that game comes out,
November. Yeah, it's in November.
So Hunter's gonna be holding back. The poor guy. He's gonna want to tell us, like, guys, it's a 10 out of 10. I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna score in
the same
92.
Here you guys go. Here's a game. You want to see it on the stream? I'm just gonna put it on the big screen here for everybody. No volume, so there it is.
But I think it's gonna be I agree. It's probably gonna be super awesome, but I'm still kind of wondering about the game because Corey is not at the helm. Like, Corey is like, he's producing it, but he's not.
Yeah, he's in the background of it, but
yeah.
I don't know. Like the other guy, I guess, has been working on God of War for a long time. So I'm not saying that I don't trust him. I'm just saying that I don't know any games that he's directed before.
Yeah, they added some new mechanics. They said you mash triangle now. It kind of like ignites the weapon and gives the elemental type of effect. Like, for example, the Leviathan X. If you press triangle, you mash it, it'll do that ice thing that he did. Like, he like charges it, and the same thing goes with the blades. You can cause fire. It looks good.
Yeah,
it looks really, really good.
Looks good.
So I'm excited for it.
Well, he can use the chains to grapple up.
Yep.
I've seen that. That's awesome.
Oh.
Yeah, they did that to replace the jump, I guess. So that's what.
Have you noticed? Yeah. Have you noticed grappling hooks have made a strong comeback in gaming lately?
Yeah.
Like, everything got a grappling hook now. It's hilarious. But it makes the traversal so much like, it just. I like these little dinosaur things, but I would love to see some human beings with some blood and stuff. I would really love to see.
You saw what he just did there, Blaze, right? Like, he shattered that thing, but there was no blood and guts at all. Like, he let it fall, and the thing just shattered into a billion pieces, and it was like,
well, that was ice.
Yeah, it was ice. Yeah, but it's
you expect that, but it's ice. You're not gonna. Frozen blood is frozen blood. You're not gonna see goo everywhere. But trust me, Big Cloud, I want more gore in God of War. That's what it's been about.
Always been about. Absolutely.
So we got 2 more minutes and 40 seconds left of whatever they show in terms of footage.
Yep.
For God of War.
So that was the God of War reveal. Looks good. I'm all in. Really good. Yeah. Very, very happy with the product, the end result, and we'll be talking about that in November. So we got our good friend Rachel coming through. We're going to talk about everything God of War. So for those of you who are asking, we're not going to talk about God of War with her. She's coming through in November. It's already set. So we'll let you know when that happens. But aside from that, let's get into the last 2 topics. Really, it's really one. It's kind of a combination of 2. There was an update for Bloodborne. Guys, you remember? They took the game down, like, maintenance, and a lot of people were getting super excited for the state of play. And I'm like, guys, they do this with every game, if I remember correctly. They have the little maintenance thing for Bloodborne, but everybody was like, but yeah, this game is super old. That could mean something. And then obviously Tencent and Sony now own 30% into obviously FromSoftware. So a lot of people were like, okay, maybe we might get something. Well, this right here put more emphasis on this rumor that we're going to get a State of Play this month for September 8th or 9th.
State of Play or showcase?
It was like a showcase or State of Play, whatever it was. I think
showcase would be like the big,
Yeah, it might be a showcase. I may misquote it, but the showcase is going to be supposedly September 8th or 9th. I haven't heard a thing. Hunter,
they normally do like a week in advance, right?
Exactly. So I don't believe that to be the case.
For the showcase, it's always a week. So yeah, there's no showcase next week.
Yeah, so
I doubt it.
Unless they pushed it up a few weeks, maybe.
It's a possibility. They got it all up until September. If not, then like I said, this is my theory. I said this where I told you I didn't say this in terms of RGT, but we have next week Friday the Marvel game showcase.
That's true.
If Spider-Man is not there,
then
PlayStation's going to have a showcase.
Yeah.
If Spider-Man is there, that means they're not doing a showcase probably.
Unless they throw a curveball at you, right? Like they show Wolverine. Like a legit full-fledged, you know what I mean? Like a not gameplay, but like a cinematic of Wolverine PS5 at the showcase. I'm like, hey guys, the future's bright. It's not coming out next year, but it's coming soon.
Big Cloud, come on, we got to keep the same energy. We say we don't want to see CGI no more, so I don't want to see it either.
Hey man,
I want to see gameplay, man. That's
Spider-Man 2 would be gameplay.
Gameplay would be.
I'm talking about Wolverine.
Wolverine was just announced. You ain't getting gameplay for Wolverine for a minute. That was just announced. Like what last year?
So why would you expect anything else? Then?
I would say there's something wrong with expecting the CGI. They did it for Spider-Man 2018.
No, that wasn't CGI. That was in
the first time. The first time we saw it was.
Oh no! I thought you were talking about Spider-Man 2.
No. The first time we saw Spider-Man, we saw him like on the wall. Then they did the cutscene. Then he's like in the building. Then they showed snippets of gameplay when he's doing the parkour.
Yeah, that's different.
But that was different. So
Wolverine, I would expect gameplay next year for Wolverine.
That's possible. Absolutely possible, for sure. But yeah, no, that's about it. I don't know what else to really. There's anything else to really cover in terms of news. Kind of glad we took 2 weeks of a hiatus of the show because it wasn't a whole lot to go over. It was a very dry news weeks leading up to it. But I must say it was good to be back in full form. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all. It was an awesome show. Real talk. Everybody came through. I see y'all in the chat. Do us a huge favor, hit that like button. Let's go ahead and get into these outros, man. I'm gonna start with our special guest. We have Rebecca MC, of course. She came through. She shared her knowledge of gaming, her passion, but also brought some good points. How you doing, Rebecca? Good. Thank you for coming through for the show.
Thank you for having me. Very good first episode. I really enjoyed being here. So thank you guys so much for having me. So you can find me on YouTube at Rebecca MC. I do gaming live streams.
Put in the chat. You see the live chat?
Yeah, you can put
it in the live chat. And put in the live chat. Okay. Yeah, make sure you guys go follow her on Instagram. Of course, subscribe to her YouTube channel. Everything. Give her some love over there, man. She's over there streaming Mr. Objection on her channel. So give us some support. Yeah, Ace Attorney.
Yeah, the Ace Attorney games, not the Phoenix Wright ones.
Yeah, she's doing a lot of stuff. Shout out to Big Mike, a channel member for 19 months. He says, awesome show. Thanks for the podcast. Shout out to you.
Yo, Babe, I got to run downstairs because there's somebody ringing my doorbell, but I just want to say, thank you for having me. Hunter, Red Hood, Rebecca, nice seeing you. Nice meeting you. And
meet you.
And Kim. Let me move this out the way here. All right.
I also do a lot of discussion about like YouTube versus Twitch and a lot of analyzing.
Link. You should put the overall link to your channel.
I'll post it.
Put the overall link. There you go. That's better.
I got you.
They just click it and they just hit subscribe.
I see.
Yeah, there you go. He put it. So there's her YouTube channel. Go give her some love over there. Go definitely check her out. Awesome content, up and coming content creator, and really good. As you guys heard her live, she knows a little bit of things. Now, is she better than Big Clout? I don't know. She better pick. No, I'm playing. It's coming through, though. We had a blast having you on the show. Of course, got to start with the panel here. Shout out to Blaze, though. He already gave his. He's out. Let's go ahead and go to Hunter, the man, with the bag. Man, it's got all the codes. Man, he's got all the codes.
Like Santa? I got him walking around with my bag of codes.
Remember, Final Fantasy 16, slide that code to me.
Let me tell you guys something about Hunter. Let me tell you guys something about Hunter. He's already played Wolong. He's already played Hogwarts Legacy.
No, wait. Wait a minute. I will be.
I know.
I thought he spilled the beans on accident. Wait a minute. I was like,
I will be.
Redda got all goofy. He's like, wait, what? He's got it?
No. I thought you said something he wasn't supposed to.
Nah. He's going to Tokyo Game Show, so we're gonna.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Oh wait, I need to send you something to like get me something over there, something like from Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the calendar. I mean, I'm gonna try to jump on. We'll have to I guess we'll just
that time difference is gonna be weird.
For Twitter, yeah, but the time difference will be insane. But yeah, I mean, if I can't make it when I'm away, I might actually be gone for the next like 3 or 4 shows, like probably the end of the month or whatnot, because I'm gonna go to TGS, but then I've also decided I'm gonna take extra time off and just do random things.
Yeah.
Over there, so I'm going to like Super Mario World at Universal Studios.
I'm so jealous.
Osaka. I arranged like a whole bunch of Tokyo is just like full of like crazy.
I thought you were going to PAX.
Cafes.
Yeah, I thought you were going to PAX. I was thinking about going to PAX, but I didn't go. Yeah.
It would have just been too much.
Too much. Yeah.
Too much at one time. So, but anyways, I booked a whole bunch of like collaboration cafes. So I'm going to the Final Fantasy collaboration cafe, the Dragon Quest. I'm thinking about Monster Hunter. I went to that one a few years ago, but
good stuff.
Look at Red's face, like, yeah, I love you, honey. He's like doing this face, like, sit down, Red Hood.
Dude, that's good stuff. Dude, I'm
such a weirdo in the chat, like. Yeah. He said
there's a Pokemon cafe. Oh, dude, just wait till you see my feed, man. The food there is unreal. Like they'll give you a plate of dinner that looks like a scene from Pokemon. Like
that's what they do with Final Fantasy as well.
It's insane. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll be tweeting,
that's cool.
tweeting all that stuff out. Sega actually owns like an indoor amusement park just a little south of Tokyo Station. So I'll be checking that out. So yeah, like I'm just
all the best stuff.
Yeah, Tokyo for sure gets all the best stuff. But I don't know. We'll see that. I'm really interested to find out because I know the pandemic has kind of like ravaged things. There was a couple of shops that I used to love that I heard closed down, and the Akihabara, the main arcade area there, is like decimated. Apparently, like I guess 2 major Sega arcades have shut down, and I think a third one's shutting down soon. So.
Oh man.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll but yeah, man, we'll try to connect, and if you guys don't hear from me for a few weeks, I'll be back, and I'll have some cool stories. But definitely check out my Twitter, which is Next Gen Player. I'll be documenting the whole thing, and I've got jeez, man, the list of games I'm gonna be playing is insane. Wolong.
I'm already jealous because you're gonna be playing Wolong.
Yeah. Crisis Core. I've
Reunion.
Yeah.
Time for that. Yeah. Forspoken. I'll be playing like 20 minutes of Forspoken, and then I think almost the entire Capcom lineup I'll be checking out as well. So.
Oh, did they say the third person thing for Resident Evil Village is going to be there?
Oh yeah, dude, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I'll be playing PSVR 2. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
PSVR 2.
Okay.
PSVR 2 is playable at the show. So
dude.
As soon as the show opens, I'm running to like PlayStation VR 2. I don't care if it's Resident Evil Village, and I've already played it many times, but
I forgot all about it. I was like, wait, is that there? That is there.
Yeah, PSVR 2. I don't know if there's gonna be other games playable on PSVR 2, but who cares? Like.
Yeah,
I'm still gonna get probably like 15-20 minutes hands-on with PSVR 2. So,
UK lad, I see you, bro. What's up in the chat? All right, there you go, good stuff. Make sure you guys check out Hunter, man. Support him. He's almost at 60K followers on Twitter. Holy shit! Here, Big Cloud is. He's about to hit 4K.
Hey man, everyone. I was at 4K. Everyone gets 4K eventually, right? So
that's what you did.
No, I'm just saying, dude. I was like,
he's like, yeah, I remember that. I was there at one point.
Well, I'm not saying it like condescending, but I'm saying that everyone, like, Twitter is just a weird thing where it's like the more engagement you get, the bigger audience you get, the faster things kind of snowball.
Yeah,
like the first like 3,000-4,000, 5,000 is like the most difficult. It's like painful to get above that. But you'll see, like, you know, like even people like what's the guy's name, Pio, you know, Pio on Twitter, Pio, like Pio, whatever. Pio, like, I mean, that guy was like, he had like 5,000 followers a couple years ago, and like Nibble was like, I remember when he was at like 70,000. Now he's at like almost 500,000, right?
That's true. That is true. It happens. It happens. We gotta wait. The more time you put into it. Of course, Red Hood, Mr. Streamer Extraordinaire. You know, he's too good for RGT. No, I'm stop.
Oh my
God. Stop.
Man, literally doesn't tweet.
I was sitting there going,
I'm just like,
you gotta watch the stream back, because I was in Rebecca. I was sitting there going, hey, John, go call him a bum. Tell him he's missing RGT because he's a bum. he's like, oh, he's already coming on the stream. He's like, I can already see you like literally just frantically shutting down your stream, like going.
I was like, dude, I gotta fucking figure out who to raid and all that jazz.
So there you go, Red Hood 420. I was telling me to find you, bro. Oh,
you're Twitter Red Hood 240, streaming the Metal Gear franchise, or really the Metal Gear Solid series on Twitch.
Chat. Yeah, put your Twitch.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah,
they've been doing that and some Last of Us as well, part 1 stuff, some good stuff. So yeah, and then still working on YouTube, but taking me a minute.
Were you streaming Last of Us? I think you were.
Yeah. Today was Last of Us.
So yeah, if you guys want to check out him play Last, I think he's playing it on Survivor.
Yes.
Yeah, he's Survivor. So go check him out there. You want to check that out? See how the game runs, how the AI reacts. The buddies do move better, like in terms of like getting out the way of enemies. They do move better at the higher difficulty. It's just I didn't really see much else in terms of like combat, but there's that. But yeah, definitely go ahead and give him a follow. Go check him out there. It's September.
Yes, sir. It's that month.
It's dreaded September. Look at Hunter.
See, at like Hunter doesn't even Hunter doesn't even realize the month it is. It's the month where Big Cloud has to stream Final Fantasy VII Remake.
It's dreaded September.
I'll have to stay connected on Twitter to check that out. Then when are you doing that?
Yeah, wait a minute. What's the history behind that?
Because basically, long story short,
it was a bet.
It was a bet, and Big Cloud was just like, I had to go to work the next day, and Big Cloud's like, no, stay up and play golf. I was like, and the thing is, I didn't make the bet. He made it himself. Yeah. It's like, I'll play Final Fantasy VII Remake. And I was like, fine, I'll gift it to you and do all that stuff.
No.
And then there you go.
I said.
Sounds like you won the bet to me.
Yeah.
Make sure I do it right. He got Blaze with his mic a lot. But anyway,
I don't think Blade's there.
I know he stepped away. But no, yeah. I don't even remember how the bet went. I think you were leaving, and I was like, yeah, I bet if I said I'm gonna play Final Fantasy, and then you just like all of a sudden got all this energy, like, oh, I'll play 3 more games. Like, you son of a bitch, so I had to play the game. So yeah, it's September. I gotta play Final Fantasy.
You don't want to play Final Fantasy?
Would be Saturday. He doesn't. The thing is, he doesn't play JRPGs unless it's a FromSoftware game.
Yeah, mute this trash paper thing. I gotta mute Blaze for a second. Get to my stuff. But yeah, no, that's true. I do play.
That's why I'm trying to get him into playing more JRPGs, like through this game.
I'm with Red Hood.
Exactly.
Oh God.
See, everyone besides Blaze.
And as you see, I lost another kid in the divorce. So you guys get a lot. Okay, that's episode 201.
This is my first episode. I'm already siding with Red Hood.
See? Yeah, I told you two would like each other. Y'all two formed an alliance immediately. Anyway, Big Cloud. Big Cloud, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. You guys know where to find me. Shout out to everybody who came through. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. It was a great show. Went over everything. Yeah. Let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. Maybe we get this showcase. But you notice I didn't jump on this news immediately for this showcase because it didn't make sense to begin with. It was very shaky. But hey, what can you do? Anyway, shout out to everybody. Though, hope you guys enjoy your weekend. You guys be blessed. Y'all be easy. And if you guys playing Last of Us, let me know in the comment section as this stream is up, and let me know how you feeling, like how you guys liking it. But that's it. That is the episode, and we are out of here. You guys have a good one. All right.